Greetings, gamers everywhere. I'm Swipper92, and Steam Next Fest is here again. The Steam Next Fest, for those who don't know, is a celebration of upcoming games. This is both indie games and AA and AAA games. At least I imagine some AAA games are in on this. At least I'm not sure how many or if any are, but Steam Next Fest celebrates upcoming games with, for the most part, demos or live events and streams and so on from the developers of said games that are in on this. Now I'm currently downloading a few demos of my own from the wishlist I have. I had some interesting games there that I want to try out, and I can see another one here that looks a little bit interesting. Dark and Darker. An unforgiving hardcore fantasy FPS dungeon PvE. Okay, not very interesting right now because it's a battle royale. Okay, I'm skipping that. Anyway, there are two games that I especially want to highlight this in this video. That is Meet Your Maker. First game is Meet Your Maker, that is, and that's basically a sort of base building raiding game. Now, there are two parts to this game. First part is raiding other players' uh, fortresses, builds, bases, whatever you want to call it. Now, to be very precise here, this is not a PvP game. You will not encounter other players while doing the raids. You will only encounter NPC enemies that the player have put out on in the map, in the dungeon, I guess you could call it. And also traps. Lots of traps, lots of traps. Now, depending on the build, of course, I was in a closed beta of this game, and I did encounter some that only had like enemies in them, and those were kind of boring, honestly. Now, these builds can range very wildly, depending on the creator. It could be a bunch of traps, could be a bunch of enemies, could be a good mix of both. I prefer the good mix of both while not having to dodge incoming missiles and enemies from right and left all in one. Now, the biggest problem I had during the beta was, or not beta, the closed beta, I should say. This is an open beta right now. And the biggest issue I had with the closed beta was that when you completed your build, you didn't have to actually complete it yourself. You could just post it and it was done. So this could make for some incredibly hard, if not slightly impossible uh, dungeons, which was not what I was looking for. Now, you can build your own dungeon, of course, using a wide variety of different blocks and different enemies, and you can unlock more by visiting these different NPCs in the hub, in your hub, and these NPCs get better equipment by leveling them up by doing different kind of dungeons. Each different dungeon or the different dungeons give different rewards depending on what you choose. You can see what you get and then you go from there. Now, the second game I want to highlight is Ravenbound. I will say again, I was in a closed beta where not that ended not too long ago, and the demo isn't too different from that, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Feel free to get your own opinion on the game while trying the demo. Now, this demo is limited to 1 hour of playing, so keep that in mind. I think the 1 hour starts after the tutorial, but I could be wrong on that one. Now, this one is a roguelite open world, so it has a lot of things to live up to, I would say, because open world and roguelite, far as I know, I have not seen any kind of game doing that kind of combination, at least not in a good way. So it's going to be really exciting to see what this game will take, what kind of path it will take in the future. As for my opinion on it right now, well, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil anything. But the game looks beautiful, and why not give it a try? It's a demo and it's free. Now, the next thing I want to highlight is play demos, please, developers. Developers of all genres and everything. Make more demos. We need demos. I mean, not for everything, but I like demos. I love demos. And I would love to see it in more games these days. But, well, that's all I'm gonna say right now. I've been Sweeping92, have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye!